Hi, welcome to all of you. In this particular video, I am going to explain the important concept of Python, which is nothing but identifier and assignment statements. So we will see this identifier and assignment statements by some code examples. I will be writing in Jupyter Notepad, which belongs to Python. Before that, I would like to highlight that. So this is the website www.studyfortech.com. Here you can get all the information related to the computer science like C, C++, Java, Angular, Node.js, artificial intelligence and machine learning, everything. So I would request all of you, if you go to this website, and you can see all the courses available over there. So in this particular video, I will be explaining interpreter, what is interpreter and how it works, and then identifier and assignment statement. So let's go directly to the Jupyter Notepad and let's see the code, some code examples to understand in a better way. So you can see here, this is the Jupyter Notepad. I have already opened here, and if you click here, you can see here right side in corner, it's new Python 3. So if you open this notepad, so you can give here this as of now you can see here this is untitled. So double click over there and give some name here. So let me give like first example. So you can give any name which is relevant to you. So I'm just giving this is the first example, and then rename it. So it will be saved at your current directory from where you have opened this Jupyter file. So for me, you can see here it is this location. Now you can see lots of button is there and header is there like file. So you can open a new notebook from here. You can save your file, you can rename it, you can edit, and you have a lots of options here: move cell up, move cell down, find and replace, other things are there. You can see here insert cell above, insert cell below, then in cell you can see run cell. I will tell you what is this cell. So before going to this one, let's type something here. So let's suppose if I want to print something. So this is the first statement. So if I want to print something, let's suppose hello. So if you click here run, so it will print hello. Now let's suppose this is one cell. In this Jupyter Notepad, we say this is one cell, this is another cell, and this cell type is code. If you see here this part, this is code. So here we have a markdown, raw, NB converter, heading. So we'll see what is the meaning of markdown. So let's suppose if you want to do some kind of annotation or documentation, if you are writing some code and you want to highlight some of the important things, or you want to remember it further when you review the code. So how to write that things as a document, or you can say as a annotation. So you just insert one cell above this. Click here insert cell above. So you'll get this cell. Write something here like this is documentation and code example. So if you mark this as a markdown, and then if you select this as a heading 1, so this will come like this. So this is kind of documentation things. You can put it something like, if you want to give this one here like this, so this also, and if you run this one, so this will be like that, and you can remember what code and what logic you have written. So what I have done it, or you can see here, you can write some comments over also in this cell. So if you want to write a comment, then it is has. So this is printing example. So interpreter will not execute this code once, since it is along with hash, only this print will be printed. So if you run this one again, you will get hello, you will not get error. So I think you would have understood what is the meaning of this annotation as a documentation, then how to comment out something. So I have already written some code to save our time. So let's go directly to understand identifier and data statements. So let's go to this one. So you can see here I have already written here. So this is the print hello. I have already explained to you. So this is the complete basic for the beginner. So before that I have already executed all of them. Let's clean the output first. So go to cell and then current output clear. So all the output would be clear here. So if you clear this one, current cell, clear all the output. Here also. So all the outputs are clear for all the cells. And all these cells are, you can see, as a part of code. If you will mark as a markdown, then it will be as a treated as a annotation or documentation. So if you want to print something here, so print hello, run it, it will print here hello. If you want to add something 7 plus 3, if you see here, so you can add it also here. So it is nothing but 7 plus 3, 30. So this code cell as a calculator, I am treating as a calculator. Write any expression and will be interpreted. So this is line by line interpretation is going on. So if you write anything here, let's suppose I am putting one cell above and I am writing, let's suppose 100 plus 200, then multiply 10. This also will be calculated, you see. So this will come like that. So you see here, this is total 10 plus 20. This is an assignment statement. So I am assigning, this is the expression and this is the identifier. This will be calculated and assigned to this total. So if you print here, it will, if you see this one, total equal to 10 plus 2 and an assignment statement. So let me print this part. So what it is saying this? So what it is saying, x equal to total, and here we have T capital and here I am writing T small. So notice that total start with lowercase at this place T, and identifier are case sensitive in Python. So if you give a small or capital, it is case sensitive and it will give you error. So to correct this, what I can do here, I can just type capital T and then run it, then it's okay. And if you want to print this particular x, so you can just type it x, a small x, and then run it. So you will be getting this one, because since it is 10 plus 20, so it is 30. Now let's come to the identifier. So this is identifier I have given. So what I have given here, a double underscore b equal to 20. So identifiers are any combination of letters, numerals and underscore. It should not begin with number. So if you start with, let's suppose 6, then let's see what is happening. So it is giving invalid syntax. So you should not start with any numbers. Okay. Now you see here it is 4 equal to 1. So this is also identifier and this is correct. If you look the syntax, it is letter, it is start with letter, numerals, underscore. It's a valid identifier and it is not starting with number also. But if you run it here, what it will tell, invalid syntax. So can you identify why it is saying invalid syntax? Because for is a keyword in Python, and as we know that we should not use a keyword as an identifier. That's why it is giving error. So whatever the keyword is reserved by Python, we should not use as an identifier. So that you can see all the keywords which is reserved by Python from any book or even from Google also. Now let's see this one. So this is a equal to 1. So if you see here, so this is a equal to 1 and I am assigning a again to b. So there is a one location a which is having a value 1 and B is pointing to A. So B and A pointing to the same variable. So B is an alias to A, and they both refer to same element. But when I am saying that B equal to 2, then a new assignment to B is happening and the alias is broken. So let me print what is the value of A. So let's see. So A is nothing but 1. If I am printing B, then it is printing 2. Let's suppose if I am not doing this one. So what will happen? Now see. Now it is printing 1. So once you break the assignment, then the value will change, because here it was initially A equal to 1, then B equal to A, and then again I am assigning 2 to B. That's why it is printing this B equal to T 2. And as you know that the Python is dynamically typed language. So dynamically typed language means what? If I am saying, let's suppose A equal to 10. So I am not giving anything here like it is integer. It's not a static type. It's a dynamic type. No need to tell what is the data type of this particular variable. It will be calculated at the runtime automatically. So when I am saying A equal to 10, and when I will print type A, then see what is happening. So it is saying int. How it is identifying? By looking the object which is being assigned to that variable, it will be calculated by looking the object itself. If I will put like that and then I will put type A print, then you see what is happening here. This is float. So this is the actual meaning of dynamically typed. So I hope you would have understood this concept, what is identifier, what is a statement, assignment a statement, how to write the annotation as a documentation, how to write the comment. So in next video we'll see the data types in details. So thank you for now.